Corey Lytle takes his warm-up tosses here. Lytle 10-10, a 4.77 earned run average, 184 hits in 160 innings, and the league hitting .290 against him. He was 12-12 last year. He's 10-10 this year, so I think you'd have to say he is a mediocre major league pitcher. I don't mean that disparagingly, but looking at the record, he's about 5 games over in his career with an earned run average well over 4 runs per game. Horacio Ramirez has had his own troubles this year. A very threatening night. Hurricane Ophelia is causing the bad weather here in Philadelphia, but hopefully we'll be able to sneak through and get tonight's game and tomorrow's game in without any problems. Defensively, the Phils have Mike Lieberthal behind the plate, Ramon Martinez at first base, Chase Utley at second, Jimmy Rollins at short, David Bell at third. The outfield from left to right, Burrell, Michaels, and Abreu. Rafael Furcal ready to lead it off.
Corey Lytle set to go to work. Guy that's given the Braves a lot of trouble despite his so-so career mark, including a brilliant game pitched against the Braves earlier this year. Here's Furcal batting .276. He has 11 homers. He has driven in 54 runs. And he's a guy who's had good luck against Lytle. He's 5 for 9 in his career against the Phillies right-hander. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball high and outside, ball 1. Bulova time at first pitch, 7:08. Bulova available at It's About Time. Lytle, a quick worker. Ready now for his 1-0 pitch to Rafael Furcal, and it's taken high and away again. 2-0. Lytle, a change of speeds artist. He'll throw a lot of change-ups, and he'll throw that change-up at different speeds. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way to Furcal. Bouncing ball hit up the middle. That's where Rollins had him played, but it glances off his glove and trickles into right center field. And Rafael Furcal aboard to start things here in the top half of the first inning. Rollins had Furcal shaded up the middle. He went to his left and got a glove on the ball, but that was all. He couldn't come up with it. It'll be a hit for Furcal. And now Marcus Giles batting .297 with 10 homers, 53 RBIs. Bobby Cox very hopeful that the top of this order can get it going again. So far on this road trip, coming into the game, Furcal just 4 for 21. Giles just 3 for 19. Well, it started out well with Furcal. Now Giles. Stretch by Lytle in the pitch. Little pop foul first base side. Martinez gives it a look. This one's going to make it into the seats, out of play. 0-1.
Marcus' brother Brian got the game-winning hit in the 10th inning, a single to left for his team, the Padres, today, in their win over the Giants.
Padres still a game under 500, but still somewhat comfortably atop the National League West. Lytle to throw to first, back safely Rafael Furcal. Furcal, for the second time in his career, has stolen 40 bases, been caught 9 times. He was caught once last night. Now the stretch by Lytle. And he steps off the rubber, fakes a throw to first. Now the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball left side. That gets by Bell into left field. Base hit down to second. Rafael Furcal, and the top of the order coming through in this first inning. Runners first and second. Nobody out for Chipper Jones. Lytle just making his second start since returning from a strained left oblique rib cage muscle, which he hurt while batting. Chipper Jones, 305. He has 17 homers. He strained his left quad running out a ground ball 2 nights ago. Didn't play last night. Made a pinch hit appearance. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Chipper on the way, and it's a breaking ball over the inside corner for a called strike. Lytle 3-0 lifetime against Atlanta. The runners get their leads. Furcal off second, Giles off first, Lytle out of the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch to Chipper Jones. Fly ball along the left field line. Pat Burrell, long run, still coming. He's there. He's got it. And the runners have to go back to first and second. That ball hung up there long enough for Burrell, who was shaded way over toward left center field, to run it down just in fair territory. One man out, and that'll bring up Andruw Jones. Andruw at 275. He has 49 home runs, 124 runs driven in. He drove in 3 with a double last night. He's hit safely in 6 straight games. Only 1 for 7 lifetime against Lytle. First and second, 1 out here in the top of the first. Lytle checks the runners, delivers to Andruw low and inside, ball 1. Jorge Sosa will face Brett Myers in the series finale tomorrow night, weather permitting. And then it'll be up to New York for the Braves on a 3-game weekend with the Mets. A couple of periods of very heavy rain here in Philadelphia today. Just half hour or so long, but really downpours when it did come down. The next pitch, breaking ball, that caught the inside corner. And the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the stretch, and the 1-1 on the way, and that's low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Interesting predicament that baseball has gotten itself into, with the possibility that weather may play a big part tomorrow. Both the Braves and the Phillies are off next Monday, and that would be the obvious best date to play a makeup game, which would mean the Braves road trip would be extended by a day if that game tomorrow night were to get rained out. Stretching the 2-1 pitch is down low, and the count goes to 3-1. Problem is, Philadelphia is in Florida over the weekend, and ESPN has designated that Sunday game as a Sunday night game. And the Phillies would have a problem making it back here in time for a day game on Monday, which the Braves have the right to demand at the end of a 10-day road trip like this. So they may have to look further down the road. There's a day just before the end of the season that both the Braves and the Phillies are off, Thursday, September 29th. They'd rather not have to do it, so they're just keeping their fingers crossed on the weather for tomorrow. But the schedulers have created quite a mess if the weather does not cooperate. Here's a stretch by Lytle. And a 3-1 pitch to Andruw Jones, hit foul off to the left, 3-2. Freddie Gonzalez coaching at third. Glenn Hubbard over at first. 1 man out.
Speaking of that, ESPN now has the right, in their new agreement that they reached with Major League Baseball, to make you play 5 of those Sunday night games. And the good teams are not happy about that. They're not so happy they won't take the money, but they're not happy about it.
The limit was 3. Braves have already had their 3 this year, so they won't be affected by it again, but starting next year can be even more. See if the runners go on this 3-2 pitch. They are not going. The 3-2, bouncing ball to third. Bell goes to second. In time 1, on to first. In time, double play. A 5-4-3 double play started by David Bell, and it gets Corey Lytle out of the top half of the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 left. At the end of a half inning, Braves nothing. Phillies coming up. For Atlanta, Kelly Johnson is in left field. Andruw Jones in center. Jeff Francoeur in right. Around the infield, Chipper Jones at third, Rafael Furcal at short. The second baseman is Marcus Giles. Adam LaRoche back in the lineup at first. Brian McCann, the catcher, and Horacio Ramirez on the mound. 11-8, a 4.43 earned run average. If you've followed the Braves closely all year, you know the home run ball has been a problem for Horacio this year. And his first pitch on the way to Jimmy Rollins, grounded foul down the left side. 0-1. Rollins 279 homers, 39 RBIs, but lately red hot, a 19-game hitting streak, second longest streak in the National League this year. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and it's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rollins. Jason Michaels will follow, then Bobby Abreu. Ramirez 3-2 lifetime against the Phillies, but an ERA of over 6. Bouncing ball over the head of Chipper Jones down the left field line. Rollins rounds first, heads for second. He's got a 20-game hitting streak. And the leadoff double to start the bottom half of the first inning. Jose Reyes of the Mets, Cliff Floyd of the Mets earlier this year had 20-game hitting streaks. And now Jimmy Rollins has one. Now Jason Michaels in center field tonight against the left-hander Ramirez. Hitting .309, 3 home runs, 27 RBIs. Right-hand batter. The stretch by Ramirez. And the pitch on the way to Michaels. He shows bunt, takes outside. 0-1. That double by Jimmy Rollins, his 29th double of the year. Phillies, of course, trying to gain ground in both the National League East and in the wild card race. Trying for their 4th straight win. Here's the 1-0 pitch, bunted on the third base side. That's a foul ball, and the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike on Michaels. In the wild card race, the Phillies have moved ahead of Houston. They're only a game behind Florida. Houston a game and a half out. In the National League East, Florida 5 games out, Philadelphia 6 games out. Things starting to tighten up just a bit. The magic number for Atlanta remains 13. No score, bottom of the first, runner at second, nobody out, and a count of 1 ball, 1 strike on Michaels. The stretch by Ramirez. And a 1-1 pitch on the way, and it's hit foul out of play to the right. Up into the second deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Michaels. Another crowd in the 20s tonight. Maybe close to what we had last night. 23, 24,000, somewhere in that range. Next pitch to Michaels, a swing and a foul off the end of the bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Phillies very concerned. They feel this ball club should be attracting a lot of attention down the stretch, and they've got some disappointing crowds lately. They've hired a consultant to come in and try to figure out where the problem lies in the relationship between this team and its fans. Here's the stretch by Ramirez. And he spins, looks back toward second. Rollins not going anywhere. That consultant is a former sports anchor here in Philadelphia. He'll get it fixed. Stretch by Ramirez, 1-2 pitch on the way. Michaels hits it foul off to the right. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, when our buddies, guys like Freddie Khalil and Chuck Dowdle, are ready to hang up their microphones, there you go. Consultant.
Become a sports consultant. Sports marketing consultant, I think, is the term. A ball and 2 strikes on Michaels. Rollins down at second, sizable lead. Stretched by Ramirez. Now Michaels requesting and getting time, steps out of the box.
And then when they're about retirement age, Sam Skinner and that group will be old enough to become consultants.
Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Did he go? They appeal to first. Yes, he did. Michaels going to be rung up on strikes, trying to stop his swing on a down and in breaking ball. So Ramirez gets the strikeout. 1 man gone. That'll bring up Bobby Abreu, hitting .295 with 23 homers and 93 runs driven in. Abreu 5 out of 15 lifetime against Ramirez. Here's the stretch by Horacio Ramirez. A pickoff play on at second for Call coming in to take the throw, but back easily is Jimmy Rollins. Here's the stretch by Ramirez. And the pitch on the way to Abreu. Fastball low and inside, ball 1. Browsing through the media guide here of the Philadelphia Phillies, they came across the page of the longest rain delay in Philadelphia Phillies history. 5 hours and 54 minutes.
That was not too long ago, was it?
Against San Diego, 1993. Runner going, 1-0 pitch is inside corner for a strike. Throw to third, not in time. Stolen base, Jimmy Rollins. They watched him and they watched him and they faked a throw and they tried to pick off throw and he still went and he made it. 34th stolen base of the year for Rollins. Count 1 ball, 1 strike and Abreu. That 20-game hitting streak of Rollins almost puts him in the first column of hitting streaks by a Philly. Chuck Klein had a 20-game streak in 1932. Richie Ashburn in 1951. Pancho Herrera in 1960. Gary Maddox in 1978. Tomorrow he goes for number 21. Pete Rose, the last guy to do that for the Phillies in 1982.
That Chuck Klein was a good player. I guess he's before my time.
Triple Crown winner. 2 balls and a strike on Abreu. And the 2-1 pitch on the way. It's popped up along the third base side, foul territory. Long run for Chipper Jones. Runs out of room. It's up into the seats. And the count is even 2-2 on Abreu. Pat Burrell waits on deck. Yeah, Klein, the interesting story about Chuck Klein, he had a thing about his uniform number apparently. Whenever he got himself into a slump or he didn't think he had a particularly good year, he'd wear a different uniform number the next year. So it came time to honor him. Phillies wanted to retire his uniform. They found out he had worn 6 different numbers during his stay here, 2 of which were already retired for other players. The next pitch is high and inside, ball 3, 3-2. So they just retired his name. Runner at third, 1 out. And a 3-2 pitch on the way to Abreu. Bouncing ball up the middle for call. Diving stop. Trickles off his glove into center field. He picks it up. He has no play. Rollins scores. Abreu has himself an RBI single, and the Phillies have a 1-0 lead. That was almost exactly like the hit Rafael Furcal got in the top half of the inning. A bouncer up the middle that the shortstop, in this case Furcal himself, got a glove on, but could not hang on to it and rolled off his glove into shallow center. The run scored easily. 94th RBI of the year for Abreu. 1-0 Phillies, and here's Pat Burrell. Braves have gotten themselves in an early hole here. Burrell batting .283, 30 homers, 108 RBIs. Snap throw to first, back safely Abreu. Close. Abreu has 28 stolen bases. Again, Ramirez steps off the rubber, fakes a throw to first. Now he's ready to stretch. And the pitch on the way to Burrell fouled off the end of the bat over toward the Phillies dugout. The count 0-1. They almost caught plate umpire Jeff Kellogg out of position on that pitch. Ramirez stepped off the rubber, bluffed the throw to first, and then never got another sign. Just stepped back on the rubber and immediately went to work, and Kellogg was smoothing out some dirt right behind the batter's box. Had to jump back into position. Here's the stretch and the 0-1 pitch on the way. Bouncer off the end of the bat, right side. Second baseman Marcus Giles has it in shallow right field, but his throw to first is late. Burrell has himself a base hit. Down to second goes Bobby Abreu. A little cue shot right off the end of the bat. Giles, who was shaded over toward the bag at second, had a long run for it. Caught up with it in shallow right, but his throw to first was late. And there are now runners at first and second. 1 run in, only 1 man out, and Chase Utley, a dangerous hitter, stepping in. Utley batting .288. He has 22 homers. He has 87 RBIs. Well, this one not starting out as planned. 3 hits in the inning off Ramirez. Only 1 out. Here's the stretch by the left-hander. And the pitch on the way to Utley. Ground ball right at Giles. He flips to Furcal. Drops the ball. And everybody's going to be safe as Giles was getting the ball out of his glove to flip it to Rafael Furcal. He dropped it. It rolled behind the bag at second. No play anywhere by the time Marcus got to it. That'll be an error on a tailor-made double play ball. He just dropped it, getting it out of his glove. Bobby Abreu goes to third. Down to second, Pat Burrell. Charge an error to Marcus Giles. Bases loaded for David Bell, who hit his first career grand slam about a month ago. Only one out in the inning. The inning should be over. Bell batting .242, 8 homers. Stretching the pitch to Bell. High and outside, ball one. You don't very often see Bobby Cox react in the dugout with a angry look, but he just did on that one. That should have been a double play. That should have been the end of the inning. Instead, there's still only one out and the bases are full, and the Phillies on the brink of a big first inning. Here's the stretch by Ramirez. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Time had been called just before the pitch was delivered. Bell had over 4,000 career at-bats before he hit his first grand slam home run. Pitch to him on the way, a swing and a miss at a fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. In Ramirez's defense, this inning really hasn't been the result of him getting hit all that hard. The bouncing ball by Jimmy Rollins kangarooed over the head of Chipper Jones, wound up being a double. Bobby Abreu, a ground ball up the middle, was knocked down. Chase Utley, or I should say Pat Burrell, a ground ball to the right side that was knocked down. And then the error. Now the 1-1 pitch to Bell popped up foul back into the crowd. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The runners get their leads. Utley off first, Burrell off second, Abreu off third. The stretch by Ramirez. And a 1-2 pitch on the way to David Bell. Liner down the left field line, but it's foul. And the count remains 1-2. Bell broke his bat. Gets a new one from the Phillies bat boy. Washington and the Mets are underway in New York. The Nationals scored a run in the top of the first. They're still hanging around. 4th in the wild card race, 4 games back. 1-2 again to Bell. Fly ball foul off to the right this time and up into the seats. It remains 1-2. Mike Lieberthal waiting on deck. Ramirez out of the stretch. The 1-2 pitch to Bell. Liner into left field. That's a base hit. Bobby Abreu scores. Burrell will stop at third as Kelly Johnson's throw comes back to the infield. 2-0 Phillies on an RBI single by David Bell. That's his 53rd RBI. Abreu scores. Burrell to third. Chase Utley down to second. Base is still loaded. Here's Mike Lieberthal, and Leo Mazzoni heading out to the mound. And while he does, we'll pause for station identification on the Atlanta Braves radio network. Here's Lieberthal. The first pitch to him, lined foul off to the right and into the crowd. 0-1. In the National League, Pirates beat the Cardinals 5-3. San Diego beat San Francisco 5-4. Washington at New York underway. It's now 1-1 with the Mets still batting bottom of the first. Everything else later, including Florida at Houston. The pitch to Lieberthal, fly ball center. Andruw Jones waits for it out there. Tagging at third is Burrell. There's the catch. The throw coming toward third, and the runners at first and second go back, but Burrell scores to make it 3-0. Sac fly to center by Lieberthal, and the Phillies have turned this into a 3-run inning. That's the 43rd RBI of the season for Lieberthal. 2 outs in the inning now, and the batter will be Ramon Martinez, getting the start at first base against the left-hander. He's hitting .289, no homers, 5 RBIs. 3 have scored here in the bottom of the first. Martinez, the number 8 hitter. Came over from Detroit along with Ugueth Urbina for Placido Polanco. And he awaits the first pitch from Horacio Ramirez. The stretch. Bell off first, Utley off second. And the pitch to Martinez is low and away, ball 1. Andruw Jones throw toward third. I think the runners at first and second were both anticipating a throw to the plate, and they were getting ready to tag and advance. But the throw went to third. They had to scamper back. 1 ball, no strikes on Martinez. Horacio Ramirez out of the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch coming. That's right through there for a called strike, 1-1. That error by Giles really hurt. That would have been a double play, would have gotten Ramirez out of the inning with only the 1 run scoring. As it is, 3 runs have scored, and he's still not done. 1-1 on Martinez. The pitcher Corey Lytle on deck. Stretch. And a 1-1 on the way to Martinez. Low and outside, ball 2. Ramirez ready, checks the runners, and the 2-1 pitch, line drive, left field. Kelly Johnson right there makes the catch. He had to back up about 2 steps to do so, and that's out number 3. But the Philadelphia Phillies strike in the first inning, 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 very costly error, and 2 runners were left at the end of an inning. Philadelphia 3, Atlanta nothing. 3-0 Phillies as we head to the top half of inning 2. Pete Van Weren, Skip Carey with you from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. And Adam LaRoche will lead off here in the second. He's hitting .243, 15 homers, 68 RBIs, just getting back into action after that ground ball came up and hit him aside the head in the finale of the Washington series. And Adam trying to shake out of a long slump. 6 for his last 57. 0 for his last 8. First pitch to LaRoche. He tries to bunt it and bunts it foul off to the left, 0-1. Sosa against Myers tomorrow night. Then it's New York with Smoltz facing Traxel on Friday. Tim Hudson against Pedro Martinez in a day game on Saturday. And then the finale of the road trip on Sunday will have John Thompson facing Tom Glavine. Corey Lytle gets the sign. He works from way over on the first base side of the rubber. His pitch to LaRoche. Check swing, fly ball left field and fairly deep. Burrell is all the way back on the warning track to make the catch. That wasn't even a full swing by Adam LaRoche. He flies out to left to start the inning. That'll bring up Jeff Francoeur, batting .323 with 12 homers, 39 RBIs. Now leading the majors with 12 outfield assists. Didn't get the guy at the plate yesterday, but then they got the other runner between first and second in a rundown. He was credited with an assist anyway. First pitch to Francoeur. Ground ball right at the shortstop Rollins. He throws to first in plenty of time. 2 down. And now Kelly Johnson, who hasn't gotten a start in a while, hitting .240 with 9 homers, 38 RBIs. This will be his first at bat on this road trip. Lytle winds, delivers, and Kelly Johnson takes low and away, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch coming. Again, it's outside, 2-0. Phillies have this one tomorrow night and then 3 more against Atlanta in Atlanta when the Braves get home. Series at Florida in between. Swing and a miss by Johnson. And the count 2-1. So their season is riding on the next week. And so far they've responded quite well. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Kelly Johnson. Broken bat, soft line drive towards second, caught by Chase Utley. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Lytle. 3 up, 3 down for Atlanta at the end of an inning and a half. It is Philadelphia 3, Atlanta nothing. Leading it off is the pitcher Corey Lytle. Not a bad hitter, a 170 batting average with a couple of RBIs. Right-hand batter, and he takes strike one from Horacio Ramirez. Now the 0-1 pitch. Lytle trying to bunt his way out. He tried to push it down the first base side and fouled it off to the right. 0-2. 3 runs, 4 hits. One of the runs unearned in that first inning for the Phillies. No runs, 2 hits for the Braves. Pitch to Lytle, bunts it again, foul off to the left. Well, he tried to push one down the first base line, tried to drop one down the third base line, and he is out of there on strikes. The 0-2 pitch, bunted foul for strike 3. Second strikeout for Ramirez, and back down to the top of the order. And Jimmy Rollins, he with a 20-game hitting streak now after that first inning double, came around to score a run. Here's the line in the pitch. High and away, ball 1. One out, base is empty. Rollins hitting right-handed against the left-hander. The pitch to him is a little bit high. 2-0. When you've got a long hitting streak going and you continue it with your first at bat of a game, that really relaxes the player. Next pitch to Rollins, low and inside, ball 3, 3-0. Now a 3-0 pitch on the way, and he takes a strike at the knees. He thought it was ball 4, taking about 4 or 5 steps down that first baseline. Called back by Jeff Kellogg. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Liner in the left field. Another base hit for Rollins. Boy, he is red hot. He's 2 for 2 in this game, and in his 20-game hitting streak, he's 29 for 85. Hit number 5 off Ramirez. Rollins at first. Now Jason Michaels, who struck out his first time up.
Horacio got gypped on the double play ball. Would have been out of the inning, but he's been hit hard here.
Michaels was trying to bunt the runner over in the first inning, wound up striking out. Here's the stretch. A throw goes to first by Ramirez, and back safely is Jimmy Rollins. Now the stretch and the pitch on the way to Michaels. Bouncing ball up the middle. Furcal gets to it, flips to Giles. In time there. Throw to first, not in time. Not really a double play ball. Furcal caught that ball just a little bit over on the right field side of second base. Had to kind of throw it behind him to get it to Giles. And they were able to get the force play, but no double play. So we won't have a double play winner this inning. Runner at first with 2 outs, and Bobby Abreu will be the batter. He had an infield hit and drove in a run in the first inning. .94 RBIs on the year now for Abreu. Ramirez stretches and delivers. Liner, nice backhanded grab on the short hop by Giles. He turns and throws to first in time. That's a great play by Marcus Giles. Took a base hit away from Abreu and then threw out the speedy base runner by half a step. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Phillies. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Braves. Pitch to McCann is outside from Lytle, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball down low. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way. A little bit high. Ball 3. 3-0 on McCann. Here's the wind and the 3-0 pitch coming. And that's a strike in the outside corner, 3-1. Now a 3-1 pitch from Lytle on the way to McCann, and he swings, sends a fly ball straight away center field. Jason Michaels out there waiting. He's got it, one down. Now the pitcher Horacio Ramirez having a good year at the plate, hitting .212 with a couple of RBIs. Braves 2005 postseason tickets are on sale now. You can find them at AtlantaBraves.com. You can order the World Series postseason package, and that will secure your seats for all the Division Series, NLCS, and World Series games. So be sure to guarantee your seats for the 2005 postseason. Just go to AtlantaBraves.com. First pitch to Ramirez, liner up the middle and through into center field. Another base hit for Horacio. He was not a very good hitting pitcher the first couple of years he was here. That has certainly changed this year. That base hit for Ramirez, his 15th hit this year. Next highest total on the Braves is 10 by John Smoltz among pitchers. Here's Furcal, who singled in the first inning. 3 hits for the Braves now off of Lytle. The stretch by the right-hander, pitch to Furcal. He shows bunt, takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. That's in for a strike, 1-1. 3-0. Phillies got all 3 of their runs in the first inning, 1 of them unearned. They are not holding Ramirez at first. The stretch by Lytle. And the 1-1 delivery is a fastball strike inside corner at the belt, 1-2. Lytle uses his fastball the way most pitchers use their changeup. He just mixes it in there every once in a while. Most of his pitches off speed. Now the stretch. And the 1-2 on the way. Fastball, strike 3 called inside corner at the knees. Furcal complains about it to Jeff Kellogg. And now heads back to the Atlanta dugout. Strikeout number 1 of the game for Lytle. Out number 2 in the inning. And here's Marcus Giles, who had a base hit his first time up. Two men out, runner first. 3-0 Phillies, third inning. Here's the stretch by Lytle, the pitch. Breaking ball, low and outside, ball 1 to Marcus. Here's the stretch and the 1-0 pitch to Giles on the way. Ground ball sharply hit, but right at Rollins. He flips to the second baseman, Utley. And the 6-4 force play ends the top of the third for Atlanta. No runs, 1 hit. Horacio Ramirez, the only man to reach. And 1 left at the end of 2.5. It's still Philadelphia 3, Atlanta nothing. Phillies leading at 3-0. We go to the bottom of the third. Pat Burrell will lead off against Horacio Ramirez. And once again, here's Skip.
Okay, Pete, thank you very much. Burrell singled and scored his first time. 3-0 Phillies, our score. Brian McCann's throw goes to second base. And we're ready for the bottom of the third to get underway. Burrell, Utley, and Bell do. Got to be honest, their lineup doesn't strike as much fear in you without Ryan Howard in the middle of it, but he's not playing with a left-hander on the mound for Atlanta. Horacio ready to go to work. Burrell is 7 out of 13 in his career against Horacio. A couple of home runs included in the first pitch, a curve outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch is low. It's 2-0. That was a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes. The delivery, pop foul back and out of play. 2-1 now. In the 4th inning, Toronto leads Boston 2-1. 3rd inning, the Yankees lead Tampa Bay 1-0. Tampa Bay not very good, but they've had the Yankees number this year, the wind, and time is called by Burrow. You'll see that a lot with Ramirez pitching. He works extremely quickly. Horacio winds and delivers inside, just missed. 3 balls, 1 strike. The outfield plays Burrow straight away and deep. Pitch is inside, and a leadoff walk is the way the 3rd inning begins. First walk of the night for Horacio Ramirez. Here's Chase Utley. He reached on that error by Giles his first time. Phillies had a run in, runners at first and second. Utley hit a cinch double play ball. But Giles got it out of his glove all right, then just simply dropped it as he started to flip it to second to start what would have been a double play. That loaded the bases, and eventually 2 more runs scored. The stretch. The pitch to the Phillies' second baseman is on the way, and it's low. And he is missing here. 1 ball, no strikes. Braves donate $1 for every ticket sold in September to the Mississippi American Red Cross and their Hurricane Katrina relief efforts. The stretch and the pitch. Ground ball to Giles again. He's got this one. Goes to second. Out there. That's all they can get. Wasn't a double play ball. Hit too far to Giles' left. But he got the leading lady. Runner at first, 1 out. Here's David Bell. He singled his first time, and again, as Ramirez is ready to pitch, Bell calls time, and it's allowed by Jeff Kellogg. Now everybody's ready. The stretch and the pitch. It's a fastball down the middle, but low, I guess. 1 ball, no strikes. Brian McCann sort of hesitated throwing that ball back to the mound. He thought it was a strike. Horacio again ready. He delivers. It's a strike over the outside corner. Bell was taking all the way. 1-1 the count. After 2, Washington and the Mets tied 1-1. Florida, Houston about to get started. The stretch. The pitch to Bell. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Atlanta Braves baseball proudly sponsored by Delta Airlines. Now offering simple fares. Check for your best Delta fare at delta.com. Good goes around. Bell waits. The stretch. Throw to first, runner back easily. Braves home against the Phillies on Tuesday night at 7:35 at our place. Then Florida comes to town, then the Rockies, and then the home season is history. The stretch, the pitch. Swung, double play ball, gets past Chipper into left field, and that quad bothered him there. That looked like a cinch double play ball when it left the bat. He reacted very slowly because of the injury, and a base hit is the result. Let's pause for identification. Braves Network. Mike Lieberthal bats with 2 on and 1 out. The stretch and the pitch. It's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Ramon Martinez is on deck. Lieberthal drove in a run with a sacrifice fly his first time. The pitch. Pop foul back and out of play. It was way out in front on that one, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
You're seeing in Lieberthal what you see in a lot of veteran catchers who catch 120, 130 games a year. Their offense begins to fade a little bit the older they get.
The right-hand hitter waits the stretch. And now the pitch. Jammed him too far in. 2 balls and a strike. Good live fastball, but he missed the strike zone with it. 3-0 Phillies our score, and they threaten here again in the 3rd inning. Horacio Ramirez again gets ready. They play Lieberthal shaded slightly toward right, the stretch. And the pitch. Fouled to the left. Ground ball past the Atlanta dugout. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Utley at second, Bell at first, 1 out.
That game in Seattle just went final. Seattle won it 10-9 over the Angels.
See how Oakland's doing. Scoreless with Cleveland. They've just gotten underway, I guess. The stretch. And the pitch. Swung line, center field base hit. Runner around third. They're going to hold him. The crowd boos the third base coach, but it wasn't his fault. Utley must have lost that ball off the bat because he froze at second base. And as a result, no run can score, but the bases are loaded. And Ramon Martinez will be the batter. He hit a scorching line drive to left field his first time. That was caught. 7 hits off Horacio already. And he's not out of the 3rd. He's pitched only 2 1/3 innings. Here's the key man, Martinez. The pitcher is next. The right-hand hitter stands in there. Phillies already lead 3-0. Boy, a double play would be sweet here. The stretch and the pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. It is tough in the big leagues to pitch behind the hitters, and Leo Mazzoni on his way to the mound.
And that's what Leo preaches. I'm sure that's what he's going to be reminding Horacio here. If you listen to the mantra of Leo Mazzoni, he's going to tell you you've got to find a pitch. Any pitch, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a fastball or a slider or a curveball, a changeup, whatever it might be. You've got to find a pitch that you know you can throw for a quality strike at any time. Not just a get-over strike, but a good strike. He thinks the down and away fastball is the one to go with for most pitchers.
Jeff Kellogg out to break up the conversation. And Leo exits stage right. Bases full of Phillies with only 1 out. Jorge Sosa, Brett Myers pitch tomorrow here.
Anthony LaRue is up in the Atlanta bullpen.
You're liable to see a lot of him these next 3 weeks. He's impressed everybody. The stretch, the pitch. Strike called over the outside corner. A live fastball. 1-1 the count. They play Martinez straight away in the outfield. A runner at every base. The 1-1 pitch. Swung and a drive. Deep left field. That ball's got a chance. That ball is gone. A grand slam homer. Ramon Martinez. It is 7-0. Martinez hits his first home run of the year, and it's a grand slam. He now has 9 RBIs. And Corey Lytle is the batter. And the pitch to him is a strike. They want a curtain call here. The delivery bunts a pop fly to the mound. Ramirez has it, 2 out. Lytle hurt himself, as Pete told you, swinging the bat.
He has done nothing but bunt his first 2 at-bats in this game.
And you would guess that if, as the game continues, he will continue that, especially with a huge lead. Here's Jimmy Rollins. Rollins is 2 out of 2. It's not a good sign when their leadoff man is hitting for the 3rd time and it's the 3rd inning. He takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Seven to nothing. The pitch. Inside, evens it up with a ball and a strike. Rollins has doubled, he has singled, he has stolen a base, he has scored a run. The pitch. It's inside. Didn't I say that their lineup didn't look as awesome without Ryan Howard? Well, the guy that replaced him just drove in 4.
First career grand slam, and he matched his most RBIs in a game. He did it once before, drove in 4 against the Dodgers in 2002.
He has batted 3 times in this series and hit 3 ropes. 1 of them caught, 2 of them hits. 2-2 the count to Rollins, and the pitch hit hard on the ground to short. For a call to first, low, dug out by LaRoche, and the inning is over, but not before Philadelphia scores 4 more runs on 3 hits. No errors were charged, and thanks to Ramon Martinez, nobody was left at the end of 4. Or rather, at the end of 3, Phil's 7, Braves nothing. Chipper Jones leads off the 4th inning. Braves got some serious work to do now. They trail 7-0. Corey Lytle into the wind, and the delivery, and a fly ball foul to left and out of play. Lytle has good control, and he's in a position where he can throw strikes now and let them wail away for a while till they chop into that lead if they can. The wind and the pitch. Strike called. Fastball right through there. Lytle has a twin brother who was a pro catcher and pitcher in the minor leagues. And he is a relative of the fellow who invented the steamboat, Robert Fulton. The pitch. Pop foul back. Still 0-2. Nobody on, nobody out. 4th inning. The delivery, curve. Strike 3 called over the outside corner. He dropped a big, slow curveball in there. Chipper caught looking. Strikeout number 2. Andruw Jones is the batter. He hit into a double play his first time. Braves got their first 2 runners aboard in the game, but Chipper flied to left, and Andruw hit into an around-the-horn double play. The wind, the pitch. Swung, ground ball up the middle, headed for center field, base hit. This time, Andruw singles, so he's aboard with 1 out. Adam LaRoche, the batter. 7-0 Philadelphia after 3 innings. And a trip that started out with such promise with that dramatic give it away, call it back win Sunday in Washington has suddenly taken a turn for the worse. The stretch, the pitch, strike called, inside corner at the knees. Another breaking ball. He throws a bunch of those. 0-1 the count. Phillies a game behind Florida in the wild card race, half game ahead of Houston. The stretch and the pitch. Almost hit him with a fastball inside. 1-1 the count. Corey Lytle gets ready and delivers. Here it is. Line down the right field line. Fair ball. Rolling into the corner. Andruw around second. He's on his way to third. They're going to hold him there. Runners at second and third, one out. Adam LaRoche rips a double down the right field line. Well, here's a chance to pick up at least two of them. Jeff Francoeur, the batter. Second and third, one out. Lieberthal and Utley to the mound to talk with Corey Lytle. And Jeff Kellogg again is about to make his way out there to speed things along here. A long conversation. Now it breaks up. Infield will play back, of course, willing to concede a run for an out. Andruw at second, LaRoche at first, Andruw at third, LaRoche at second, one out. Kelly Johnson is on deck. Jeff Francoeur, the batter, the stretch. And the pitch. Low and away. One ball, no strikes. The right-hand hitter waits. Lytle looks in for the sign. Now he's ready. The 1-0 pitch. Into the dirt. 2-0 the count. Braves need base runners. And now Francoeur's ahead in the count, 2-0. He's hitting .373 with runners in scoring position with 5 home runs. He can hit it out in any direction in this park. Lytle gets the sign from Lieberthal. The stretch. The 2-0 pitch. Foul back. He had a good cut at a fastball. Hit it to the screen. It's 2-1. Francoeur thinks he's bought in a little bit too much to all the talk about never walking and being overly aggressive, and that it's hurt him in recent weeks. He said, I'm going to just go back to being me. Good idea. 2 balls and a strike. The stretch, the pitch. Curve fouled off, 2-2. So Lytle has battled back to even the count. Runners in scoring position with 1 out. But the Braves are down by 7. Florida running the first at Houston. They're still batting. The stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Foul tipped into a strikeout. High fastball. Francoeur goes down swinging. Now it takes a 2-out hit. Lytle has his 3rd strikeout of the night. That was a good pitch. Might have been out of the strike zone, but he had thrown him the breaking ball down and away. Came up with a fastball and got him. It was about letter high.
A.J. Burnett against Roger Clemens in that game at Houston.
I believe Roger Clemens just lost his mother yesterday.
Yeah. But decided to go ahead and pitch.
The stretch, the pitch to Kelly. Let up high and outside. He telegraphed that pitch. He's very fortunate it was nowhere near the strike zone. One ball, no strikes. Second and third, but now 2 out. We are in the 4th.
This was the problem the Braves had in yesterday's game, getting runners in scoring position and unable to get them in.
The delivery outside, 2-0. Brian McCann is on deck. Corey Lytle again ready. The right-hander out of California comes set and delivers. Here it is. There's a strike. Fastball over the outside corner. Kelly was taking all the way. 2-1. Andruw at third, Adam LaRoche at second, 2 out. The stretch. The pitch. Outside, it's 3-1. A walk would load him up for McCann. Kelly stands back in. He'll have the hit privilege if he gets one to his liking here. The 3-1 pitch, here it is. Strike 2 called. He came in on his hands with a fastball. Full count, 3-2. He was looking for something away, and it tied him up inside. So a payoff pitch to the Atlanta left fielder. The stretch. The pitch. Swung line, right center field. Base hit all the way to the wall. 2 runs will score. It's 7-2. Kelly races for third. The relay, the throw will be late. He's in there with a triple. And the Braves have got 2 of those runs back on a 2-out Kelly Johnson hit. He plugged the alley in right center field with a wickedly hit line drive. That's more like it. Brian McCann, the batter. Johnson now with 40 RBIs on the year. McCann flied to center his first time. That was a big hit for a couple of reasons. The pitch, curveball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Number one, you get second, third, 1 out, don't score down by 7. You psychologically destroyed. Number 2, the 2 runs come in handy. Todd Hollandsworth would pinch hit next for Ramirez. The pitch, fastball, fly ball down the left field line. Trouble if it's fair, it is hooking foul. It would have been a double, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Runner at third, 2 down. Again, the stretch. And now the pitch. Swung, a little pop fly, short center field. Utley on the run, but Rollins beats him to it, makes the catch, and the inning is over. But the Braves get 2 of them back on 3 hits. No errors were charged. A runner was left. Bottom of the 4th, Phillies 7, Braves 2. Braves go to the double switch early here. Ryan Langerhans into the game to play left field for Kelly Johnson. He will bat in the 9th spot, and Anthony LaRue is the new pitcher. The youngster will hit in the 7th spot in the order. And will face Michaels, Abreu, and Burrell here. LaRue from this part of the world. He's a Pennsylvania native. Remembers as a youngster his dad driving him over here, a 2-hour drive to watch his favorite team, the Phillies. In fact, he was playing one of those games, I forget what they call it, where you pitch into the machine, the radar machine, and it clocks you. When he was a kid, about 12, he was throwing 88 miles an hour. He's out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Michaels, the batter, takes a strike. 0-1 the count. LaRue has come up with a split finger pitch that has really helped his game. The delivery hit foul, 0-2.
Talk about Jeff Francoeur and the fact that he could have gone to Clemson on a football scholarship. LaRue was a quarterback in high school being recruited by Penn State and Joe Paterno. 1-2
the count. According to the papers here, that's unusual anymore for them to recruit in the state of Pennsylvania. The pitch, foul tip back. Ramirez, 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a grand slam homer. A rough outing for Horacio. The wind, the pitch. Michaels strikes out, one away. LaRue disposes of Jason Michaels. Here's Bobby Abreu. Gotta hold him now and figure out a way to get back into it.
LaRue has a lot of family members here. They were all congregated down in the lobby right outside where the Braves bus is parked the last couple of nights.
The right-hander winds and delivers right through there, 0-1. First pitch strikes aren't a bad idea. Pitch swung, ground ball to second. Giles has it. Throws to first in plenty of time. Abreu is out. Pat Burrell the batter. So LaRue continues to impress. And Burrell advances to the plate. He has walked, singled, scored a run.
Bobby Cox had told Anthony LaRue to be ready early in the game, but not because he expected Horacio Ramirez to pitch poorly. He was concerned about the weather. And if there had been a long rain delay after a couple of innings have been played, instead of sending Ramirez back out there, LaRue or Kyle Davies would have been the next pitcher. Turns out he had to come into the game early anyway.
First pitch, a slider for a strike, 0-1. He winds, delivers again. A little bit inside. A ball and a strike to count. LaRue, another quick worker. Anthony delivers high and outside. He throws hard. 2 balls, 1 strike. Burrell with 108 RBIs, a 285 average, low and outside. 3-1 the count now. Chase Utley on deck. The 3-1 to Burrell. High, he walked it. So Burrell has been on base every time again. It's his second walk of the night, the first for Anthony LaRue. And Chase Utley, who has reached on an error and hit into a force play and scored a run, is the batter. Runner at first, 2 out. Burrell has not even tried a stolen base all year, so you don't have to worry about him over there. Stretch, pitch to Utley, down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. David Bell on deck. The left-hand hitter waits. The pitch. There's a strike at the knees. Inside corner, 1-1. In the second now, Florida leads Houston 1-0. The stretch. The pitch. Swung. Line drive, right center. Andruw on the run. Can't get it all the way to the wall. Runner Burrell around third. They're going to wave him. The relay. Throw to the plate. He is out at the plate. He never got there. Brian McCann just slammed the door on him. He hasn't touched home plate yet. A good relay throw, but give McCann the credit. He just refused entrance to Pat Burrell, and the inning comes to a close. It's a double for Utley and a 9-6-2 to cut down Burrell at the plate. The wind and the pitch. He's swinging this time, fouls it back, 0-2. I'm guessing Snicker is a peekapoo. Lytle gets ready. The wind, the delivery. Swung line down the left field line. Fair ball into the corner on an 0-2 pitch. Langerhans has himself a double, and here come the Braves again. If that play by Brian McCann doesn't fire these guys up, nothing will. He pulled a Mike Scioscia there.
It was like Pat Burrell slid into a wall.
Yeah, it's like an oak tree up there.
And he never moved. I mean, sometimes a guy will slide in hard and you'll see the catcher get rocked a little bit, get rocked back off his feet. He never budged.
That's why it reminds me of Mike Scioscia. That's the way he used to block him. So Langerhans is at second with nobody out. The double switch pays off. Lytle to Rafael Furcal. High and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Time to creep back into this game. Furcal, 1 out of 2. That's like a train wreck.
Watch the replay
Looking
again.
at the replay.
Never moved.
The stretch.
Just bent down and tagged him.
The pitch outside. 2-0 the count. Runner at second, nobody out. The Braves trail by 5, but this crowd has become uneasy. The stretch. Lytle delivers, swing, and a foul tip into the glove of Lieberthal. Lieberthal apparently crossed up. He calls time, goes to the mound.
Oh, those articles in the newspapers here in Philadelphia today talked about the crowds having that something always happens attitude about the Phillies. They've seen so many times the Phillies look like they're going to turn things around, and then something always happens. And even in a game like this, they still have that same feeling.
I think some of that is the media's, I don't know if fault is the right word, but they have oversold this ball club for the last 3 years, in my opinion. They make moves that you figure will pay off, and people write and say, well, they're the front runners, and then they fall short. The pitch just missed the outside corner. 3-1 the count.
Jeff Geary is up in the Phillies bullpen.
No matter what Fox Sports thinks. The stretch. The pitch. Swung and a fly ball into deep center. Back goes Michaels on the track. He's got it. Runner tags. Langerhans to third. Furcal hit it a long way, but out. He got the runner to third with less than 2 out, though. Giles stands in there. Swings, pop fly, short right field, might be trouble. Utley on the run, Abreu on the run. Abreu made the catch, but the runner tags and scored. A diving catch by Abreu, but Langerhans alertly dove and scored, and Abreu might be hurt. Let's see. He comes up limping a little bit, just now gets to his feet. It's a sacrifice fly, an RBI for Giles, making it 7-3. And Chipper Jones is the batter. Well, let's see. Jeff Geary is right-handed and from Buffalo, New York. Uday Brito is left-handed and from the Dominican Republic. The right-hander's in the bullpen, and they think it's Uday Brito.
He also just pitched 2 nights ago and is starting again on Sunday against the Marlins.
Low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The wind, the pitch. It's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. The wind, the delivery to Chipper. Outside, it's 3-0. Lytle's got to get another out to qualify for a win in this game. He also has to get another out to make it an official ball game, and he's fallen behind 3-0. He kicks and fires, and he walked him on 4 straight to bring the league's leader in homers and RBIs to the plate. That is his first walk of the night, and Rich Doobie is on his way to the mound.
With Andruw Jones coming to the plate, I found out something interesting I wasn't aware of. The vote expected to be very close this year for MVP. There was an online column by John Donovan of SI.com yesterday where he feels that Albert Pujols should be the choice. There's an online column on Fox Sports today where that writer feels that Derek Lee should be the choice, even though the Cubs are not a contender. He's maintaining that Lee has had the best year. So the vote's going to be close. That was Dane Perry who wrote the Derek Lee column. but there will be no votes cast in the MVP award by any of the baseball writers on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. There's a policy at that newspaper now that none of the writers can vote in any of the individual award ballots in any sport.
Swing and a miss by Andruw. A check swing strike.
So if the balloting is close, and if any of the Atlanta writers might be leaning toward Andruw Jones, they will not be casting a ballot. So that could be a difference maker right there.
Quite obviously, that's a system that needs to be overhauled. I don't mean by the newspaper, I mean by baseball. The stretch. And the pitch swung and missed, 0-2.
Yeah, the newspaper apparently believes, whether it's rightly or wrongly so, that that is an area where you could be influenced on how you cast a vote, or you could be influenced in how you wrote about a person, and they don't want that association. So even the Baseball Writers Association members at that newspaper are not able to cast ballots.
The 0-2 pitch. A little low, 1-2. I guess I'd have to think about it a little while, but if I was one of those writers, I would be insulted that my own newspaper thought so little of my integrity that they would think I could be bought. The 1-2 pitch. Swung, tapped foul, and I've not talked to any of their writers about that. That's just off the top of my
and I learned I learned the information secondhand too, so I don't have 100% sure as to the exact reason why, but I do know that it is a policy.
1-2 the count. I guess they can't vote for the football national champion.
No, Heisman Trophy, and none of that.
The stretch, the pitch. Swung, hit hard. Bell, good play. Spins around, throws to first, inning over. David Bell ranged to his left, took a base hit away from Andruw Jones. But the Braves move closer. They get a run on a hit. They leave a runner. We go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Braves trail at 7-3. Anthony LaRue faces the lower end of the Phillies' order. Bell, Lieberthal, Martinez. But they've done a lot of the damage in this game. It's 7-3 Phillies. Pete Van Weer and Skip Carey with you from Citizens Bank Park. Brad Golden, our engineer. The pitch swung on, popped up on the infield. One pitch. Giles waits. One out. So Bell is retired for the first time tonight. And Mike Lieberthal, the batter, he has driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. Bell has driven in a run with a single. Martinez has driven in 4 with a grand slam. Bobby Abreu drove in the other with a single. For Atlanta, Kelly Johnson drove in 2 with a triple. He is now out of the game. And the other came on a sacrifice fly by Giles. Pitch is a strike to Mike Lieberthal, 0-1.
95 miles an hour on that fastball.
He looks terrific. He got some great defense an inning ago to keep himself unscored upon. On a strong relay and a great job of blocking the plate. Ground ball foul past third.
He has a very simple motion too. Very little in the way of a windup. Just kind of rocks and goes.
0-2 the count. A left-hander in the bullpen for the Phillies. Fly ball foul. That is not Jeff Geary. The wind, the pitch. It's high. 1-2 the count. The delivery swung, a little pop fly, short right field, everybody chasing it. It's in for a hit. A flare for Lieberthal to right. It's a bloop, but he'll take it. Runner at first, 1 out. And here's the man of the moment for Phillies fans, Ramon Martinez. He hit a grand slam his last time up. He's hitting .298 for the year. Anthony LaRue checks the runner, and the pitch to Martinez is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at first, 1 out. The delivery is a strike at the knees, a ball and a strike. Runner at first, 1 down. 7-3 Phillies, our score. The stretch pitch. High and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, the stretch. LaRue delivers. Low, it's 3-1. Runner at first, 1 out. I don't know, can't see who it is, but a pinch hitter would be next for the Phillies.
Matt Cada.
Just called up September 1st. Cada on deck. The pitch swung, ground ball toward third, but foul. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Doubtful that Lieberthal will be running from first with 1 out. He has not attempted a stolen base all year. Martinez stands back in. The 3-2 pitch, here it is. Low and outside, he walked him. The runner was not going. But he goes now, and 2 are on with 1 out, and now Cada will be called back. And Michael Tucker will come out to hit. Tucker will hit for Lytle. Got through 5. Second walk for LaRue. Michael Tucker stands in there, the former Brave. Michael hitting just 111, 1 out of 9 as a Philly. Overall hitting .236, 5 homers, 33 RBIs, the stretch, and the pitch. Swung and missed to change, 0-1. He was out in front. Jimmy Rollins on deck. LaRue comes set and delivers outside. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the 5th. 7-3 Phillies, our score. The stretch. The delivery. Way outside. 2-1 the count now. Lytle threw 72 pitches tonight, 45 of them strikes in his 5 innings. The delivery swung and a high pop on the infield. Rather on the outfield. Andruw Jones comes in. He's got it for out number 2. Tucker pops to center. So Jimmy Rollins, the batter. Rollins, 2 out of 3. That was all against Horacio Ramirez. The stretch and the pitch. Swung, ground ball, foul pass first, 0-1. 2 on, 2 out. Lieberthal runs at second. Martinez at first. The stretch. And the pitch outside. 1-1 the count. Anthony LaRue gets ready. He delivers way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jason Michaels would be next, but there are 2 out in the inning. A tough hombre up there hitting, though. The stretch. The pitch. Low and inside. It's 3-1. You know, Rollins will have the hit privilege here. The delivery. Swung line. Right field. Base hit. Rolling all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. Another runner around third. They'll hold him. And it's 8-3. Rollins with his 3rd hit of the night. He doubles down the right field line, bouncing against the wall. Lieberthal scores easily. Martinez had to stop at third. 8-3 is our score. Michaels is going to hit for himself here. Braves have a left-hander working in the bullpen. Looks like McKay McBride. Second and third, 2 out, a run in. LaRue delivers way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Can't give them any more here. They already lead by 5. Michaels is hitless on the night. The pitch. Swung, ground ball up the middle, not anymore. 1 run is in. Here comes Rollins. He will score, and it's a 7-run lead all over again. He hit it right back where it came from. 10-3, Philadelphia. Michaels now with 29 RBIs, and it doesn't get any easier. Here's Bobby Abreu. And the pitch to him is a strike over the inside corner, 0-1. Abreu 1 for 3, singled in a run, later scored in the first. 7-run lead again for the Phils. 3 in the first, 4 in the third, 3 in the fifth. Pitch almost to the backstop. A good play by McCann. And they've matched their biggest lead of the night. They've pounded out 12 hits tonight. Had 13 hits last night. Had 8 hits the night before that. Swing and a miss by Abreu. He's in the hole. 1-2. Anthony LaRue gets ready. And delivers. Hot shot right at Giles. Throws to first and the inning is over. But not before the Phillies scored 3 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There were no errors or runner left at the end of 5. Philadelphia 10, Atlanta 3. Pete Van Wieren.
Okay, Skip, thank you. Aaron Fultz takes over on the mound for the Phillies. The left-hander having a good year. He's 4-0, a 225 earned run average. This will be his 53rd game. 64 innings, only 38 hits allowed. Opposing hitters batting just 172 against him. First pitch to Adam LaRoche, a little 2-hopper to first, fielded by Martinez. He takes it to the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out. And now Jeff Francoeur, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded out to short and he's struck out. Fultz got the win here last night with a scoreless inning. One out in the 6th. It's been all Phillies tonight, 10-3. They're trying to pull to within 5 games of Atlanta's lead. Here's the pitch to LaRoche, low and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. And if they hang on here and if Florida loses, that wild card race will have a dead heat at the top between the Phillies and Florida. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Francoeur chased a pitch down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 to Francoeur. Ground ball to third. Right at Bell. He fields and throws in time. 2 away. Two outs, and now we'll get a pinch hitter. Andy Marte will come on and bat for Anthony LaRue. Marte's first at bat since coming back up from Richmond. He's hitting 159 in his previous major league at bats. No homers, 3 RBIs. Had a good solid year at Richmond. Right hand batter. And the first pitch from Fultz on the way to Marte, and he swings and pops it foul right side. This one slicing over toward the box seats and into them. And the count 0-1. Marte at Richmond hit .275. He had 20 homers. And he drove in 74 runs. 2 outs, bases empty. Here in the 6th inning, Braves trail it 10-3. Fultz delivers. Marte takes high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. In this game, kind of interesting. Braves starting lineup for Call, Giles, Chipper Jones, Andruw Jones, LaRoche, Francoeur, Kelly Johnson, McCann, Ramirez, all homegrown, all came up to the farm system. Pitch to Marte is low and inside. Count 2-2. When they went to the bullpen, Anthony LaRue, he came up through the farm system, made the double switch, and they put Ryan Langerhans in the game. He came up through the farm system. Andy Marte is pinch hitting. He came up through the farm system, and McKay McBride's going to come in to pitch. So the Braves have yet to go outside the organization for a player in this game. Pitch to Marte is outside, 3-2. The 13 players in the game, all homegrown. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Fultz. He struck him out with a breaking ball. 3 up, 3 down for Atlanta. At the end of 5.5, Phillies 10, Braves 3. Going to the bottom half of the 6th inning, 10 runs, 12 hits for the Phillies, 3 runs, 7 hits for the Braves. McKay McBride becomes pitcher number 3 of the night for Atlanta. LaRue gave up his first runs in the major leagues. He worked 2 innings, allowed 3 runs, 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. McBride makes appearance number 15. He's 1-0 with a 4.15 earned run average. 8 2/3 innings, 9 hits, no homers, 6 walks, 14 strikeouts in those 8 2/3 innings. And his first pitch to Pat Burrell is a ball inside. Burrell tonight has singled and walked twice. Perfect night so far, up 3 times on 3 times. Next pitch low and outside, ball 2. 10-3. Phillies leading it. They try to win their 3rd straight in this series from Atlanta, their 4th straight overall. Swing and a miss by Burrell to count 2-1. The Braves have not lost 3 in a row since all the way back in the middle of August. They lost 3 straight, 1 to the Dodgers and 2 to San Diego between the 18th, 19th, and 20th of August. Last time that's happened. Next pitch high and outside, ball 3, 3-1. Tomorrow night, Jorge Sosa will be on the mound for Atlanta. Brett Myers for the Phillies. Now 3-1 pitch. Is a strike in the outside corner, 3-2. And again, our weather forecast for tomorrow not particularly encouraging. So we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed about that. Now 3-2 pitch to Burrell. It's high and outside. He walked him. First walk off McBride. 4th walk given up by Braves pitching. And now Chase Utley. And the left-hander's pitch on the way. Breaking ball low and away. Ball 1. On our scoreboard, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Update you on those games of interest in the wild card race. The pitch is down low to Utley, ball 2. In Houston, they're in the bottom of the 3rd. Houston leading Florida 3-1. Clemens against Burnett. Washington at New York. It's 5-3 Nationals. Nationals batting in the top of the 6th. San Diego beat San Francisco today 5-4. American League, Boston at Toronto 3-3, top of the 8th. New York at Tampa Bay 4-4, bottom of the 5th. Oakland at Cleveland, no score, top of the 5th. Pitch to Utley, hit foul off to the left, 2-1. Seattle beat the Angels 10-9. A lot of scoreboard watching down the stretch. McBride checks the runner, and the 2-1 pitch to Utley is high and inside. Ball 3, 3-1. Burrell down at first. The stretch by McBride and the pitch to Utley is fouled straight back. And the count is full now, 3-2. That one went right into the seats directly below our booth here at Citizens Bank Park. Burrell not going. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Utley chased an up and in fastball. McBride records yet another strikeout. 1 out in the inning, and that'll bring up David Bell, who has singled twice and popped a second. With that strikeout, McBride has now pitched 9 innings in the major leagues and has struck out 15. Here's Bell now. 2 for 3 with an RBI. 10-3 Phillies. Stretching the pitch to Bell, up high, ball 1. LaRoche continues to play behind the runner at first. The look over by McBride, and the 1-0 pitch comes to Bell. That's a fastball strike in the outside corner. Bell high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch way outside, ball 2, 2-1. One out, runner first. The look over by McBride. The pitch on the way to Bell. He swings and fouls one off his foot. Rolls up toward first base. 2-2. Braves and the Phillies dead even this year, 7-7. But it looks like it's about to tilt into the Phillies' favor if they hang on here. Now the 2-2 pitch to Bell, hit foul out of play right side. Hits off the facade where all the luxury suites are, and then bounces back down into the lower seats. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies got 3 in the first, 4 in the third, 3 in the fifth. Pitch to Bell, ground ball down the third base line. Fair ball headed toward the corner. It's going to bounce off that point. Heading for third is Pat Burrell, and down to second with a double is David Bell. Here's Lieberthal now. Lieberthal tonight's had a perfect evening as well. A sac fly driving in a run in the first inning. A single, and he scored in the third. A single, and he scored in the fifth. 2 for 2. 13 hits now for the Phillies. Pitch to Lieberthal. Little pop fly down the right field line. Long run for LaRoche. The ball drops foul beyond his reach. And out of the reach of Marcus Giles and Jeff Francoeur, who are also chasing it. 0-1 on Lieberthal. Fourth inning now in Houston. Still 3-1 Astros over the Marlins. Bottom of the 6th at Shea Stadium. Still 5-3 Washington over the Mets. Boston's taken a 5-3 lead over Toronto in the top of the 8th in Toronto. Yankees Tampa Bay 4-4. Top of the 6th down in St. Petersburg. Pitch low and inside to Lieberthal. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 1-1 offering fouled back. It's 1-2 to Lieberthal. Bell at second, Burrell over at third. That double by David Bell. His 29th double of the year, and the pitch on the way now to Lieberthal. It's low and inside, 2-2. Here's the stretch by McBride. And the 2-2 pitch, line foul down past Mark Bombard, the first base coach. Bombard, the first base coach, and Bill Dancy, the third base coach. Both long-time minor league managers in the Phillies system. Dancy, in fact, managed a couple of years in the Braves system, but has spent most of his career with the Phillies. And they have some very long-term people in their organization at the minor and major league levels. 2-2 pitch, ground ball deep short for Call, backhands it. Throw on to first in time. The runner from third, Pat Burrell, trots home. David Bell has to hold at second. 2 outs, give another RBI to Lieberthal. He's driven in 2 on the night, 44 on the year, and it's now 11-3 Philadelphia. And here's Ramon Martinez. He had the big bat tonight, a grand slam home run back in that third inning. He's also flied to left, walked, and scored. His first career grand slam. An 8-run Philadelphia Phillies lead. The stretch by McBride. The pitch to Martinez. A strike in the outside corner at the knees. 0-1. Martinez primarily a shortstop when he came up through the minor leagues, but he's played all the infield spots since becoming a big league player. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is a strike in the inside corner. 0-2. Now an 0-2 pitch on the way to Martinez. He swings and fouls one. That one got him on the top of the foot. Still 0-2. Well, Jorge Sosa has pitched some big games for Atlanta this year, and he'll be asked to do that tomorrow night, trying to get this trip turned around. The trip now has gone 5 games with a record of 2-3. Looks like it's about to become 2-4 tonight. Stretch of the pitch. Bouncing ball out towards second. Giles has it on a high hop over to first in time. That's it for Philadelphia in the 6th, but they pick up another run. They get another hit. They leave one on at the end of 6. It's now Philadelphia 11, Atlanta 3. Philadelphia, they lead at 11-3, and some of the guys who don't get much of a chance to play are going to be getting into the game now. Brian Pena is going to bat for Brian McCann. So Pena will get an at bat. Recalled from Richmond when the call-ups were made. He's been in 13 games for the Braves this year, hitting just .133, 4 out of 30. First pitch to him, ground ball, base hit left field. So Brian Pena gets a chance to hit and comes through with a leadoff single to start the 7th inning. And now Ryan Langerhans will be at the plate. And there's another player, Brian Pena, out of the Braves organization. The Braves continue to put players in this game that were all homegrown. Was it 14 players now played in the game? They've all been at one time or another Braves farmhands.
A cynic would say, what a lousy farm system. It's 11-3.
Here's the pitch to Langerhans, swing and a miss, 0-1. Langerhans doubled his only time up in the 5th inning, came around to score. Aaron Foltz working his 2nd inning, delivers, and he delivers a breaking ball for a strike. 0-2 on the left-hand hitting Langerhans. Braves now with 8 hits in the game. Foltz delivers low and outside, 1-2. Next pitch to Langerhans, liner toward short, fielded on the short hop by Rollins, goes to Utley, in time there. First, not in time. Langerhans beats it with his hustle down the line, and that was a hard hit ball too. But Ryan Langerhans only plays one way, all out. So even though it's a lopsided game, he beats the double play relay throw to first. A 6-4 force play gets Pena. Now Rafael Furcal, he's 1 for 3. Takes a strike, 0-1. It's something right up your alley, Skip.
Uh-oh.
Stretching the 0-1 pitch, fly ball center field. Michael's out there under it. He's got it. Furcal retired, 2 down. I want to remind you about the Braves' first ever Wild Wild West night coming up on Tuesday, September 20th. There'll be a pregame concert by Bill Gentry and the 35-cent rodeo, and there'll also be some mechanical bull riding out in the plaza. For tickets, you can call 1-800-326-4000, or you can go online at AtlantaBraves.com. Wild Wild West night, Tuesday, September 20th, Turner Field.
I'd better be careful with that mechanical bull. It'll wind up sliced up in our barbecue.
First pitch, a strike to Marcus Giles on the outside corner. Marcus tonight is 1 for 2. He had a sacrifice fly, drove in his 54th run. Also had a single. Runner at first, 2 outs. They're not holding Langerhans. Fultz delivers and Giles swings. Ground ball deep short. Rollins has it. Goes to second in time for the force on Langerhans, and that's it for Atlanta in the 7th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. The 7th inning stretch brought to you by Marathon. Our score: Philadelphia 11, Atlanta 3. And the new pitcher is right-hander Jim Brower. McBride worked an inning, allowed a run, a hit, walked 1, and struck out 1. And now it's Brower making his 64th appearance of the year. 3-3 with a .576 earned run average. 1 save, but he got that save with the Giants. He's 1-2 in 31 games with Atlanta with a .481 ERA. Tomas Perez is going to pinch hit to lead things off, and he takes ball 1 from Brower. Next pitch on the way, low and inside, 2-0. Now the wind by Brower and the 2-0 pitch on the way. That's on the inside corner for a strike, 2-1. $11 runs, 13 hits for the Phillies, 3 runs, 8 hits for the Braves. Bottom of the 7th, Tomas Perez awaits the pitch. It's a high fly ball into right center field. Andruw Jones coming over. He's under it. He's got it. 1 out. And that'll bring up Jimmy Rollins. Perez, by the way, was hitting .243 when he came into the game, and is now 6 for 39 in the year as a pinch hitter. And here's a guy who's about as hot as you can be. Jimmy Rollins, 3 for 4 tonight. He has a 20-game hitting streak, 2 doubles and a single. He has scored 2 runs, driven in 1. In his 20-game hitting streak, he has 30 hits now and 87 at bats. Pitch on the way to Rollins is a strike at the knees, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch coming right through there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch on the way, down low, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jimmy Rollins. Brower, who's from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, has lived the last few years out in California. Here's the 1-2, and it's low and inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But he's going back home this winter, building a new home back in the suburbs of the Minneapolis-St. Paul region. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, ball dropped, and Pena picks it up and tags Rollins. First strikeout for Brower. And now Jason Michaels. And to show you how real estate prices are around the country, Brower, who, as we said, has been living out in San Diego. He played with the Giants, but he's been living out in San Diego, he and his wife. For the property that they are able to sell there, and it's basically a condo that they've been living in San Diego, they're able to build a huge dream home in the suburbs of Minneapolis. Swing and a miss by Jason Michaels, the count 0-1. Next pitch to Michaels, hit foul out of play to the right, 0-2. Michaels 1 for 4, 2-run single back in the 5th inning. Tonight's crowd is 23,125. Another disappointing crowd for the Phillies. They've got this little winning streak going against a team they're trying to catch, and they can't. They've drawn 3 of their smallest crowds of the season. Next pitch low and away, 1-2. First night they kind of thought it was because of the football game between the Eagles and Falcons. A lot of people may have stayed home to watch that. Next pitch outside, 2-2, but they're puzzled about the last couple nights. Two outs, base is empty. Brower trying to become the first Atlanta pitcher tonight to have a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball left field deep. Back goes the left fielder Langerhans. It's gone. Home run. Jason Michaels tees off on Jim Brower. It's now 12-3. Michaels' 4th homer of the year. He's now driven in 30. And the Phillies have played no favorites. They scored 7 runs off Ramirez, 3 off LaRue, 1 off McBride. Now they've scored 1 off Brower. And here's Bobby Abreu. 12 runs, 14 hits now for the Phillies. Abreu tonight 1 for 4. He's singled, and 3 times he has grounded out to second. Line by Brower, pitch to Abreu, low, ball 1. Atlanta Braves baseball being brought to you by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. Here's the pitch. It is low again. Ball 2. Bottom of the 7th inning now at Shea Stadium. 5-3 Nationals over the Mets. Bottom of the 5th inning in Houston. 3-1 the Astros lead the Marlins. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's low. Ball 3. And in those American League games, they're in the bottom of the 9th now in Toronto, with the Red Sox leading the Blue Jays 5-3. Yankees at Tampa 4-4. Top of the 7th. Seattle beat the Angels 10-9. And Cleveland leads Oakland 3-0. Oakland batting top of the 6th. Ball 4 to Bobby Abreu, low and inside. First walk issued by Brower. So much for the 1-2-3 inning. And here's Pat Burrell, who's reached 4 times tonight. He's singled in the 1st inning and has walked his last 3 times up. Going to get a pinch runner at first now for Abreu. Shane Victorino is going to run for Abreu. So the speedy Victorino pinch runs for Bobby Abreu. Gets the rest of the night off. And what's become a laugher for the Phillies, they lead 12-3. They've scored in every inning except for the 2nd and the 4th. Here's the pitch to Burrell on the way. It is low, ball 1. Stretching the pitch on the way. Burrell takes a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burrell really bouncing back, having a terrific year. Driven in 108 runs. He's hit 30 homers. He and Larry Boa had a tough time getting along. There's a strike in the inside corner, 1-2. Last year, 257, 24 homers, 84 RBIs. Way up in all categories this year. The next pitch low and outside, 2-2. Two men out, another run in on the Jason Michaels home run. Victorino running for Abreu at first. 12-3. Phillies lead it here in the 7th. The pitch on the way to Burrell. It's outside. 3-2. Is he going to walk again? Here's a 3-2 pitch with a runner going. The answer to that question is yes, he is. Low, ball 4. And Burrell has now walked 4 times in this game. 4 walks in the game for Pat Burrell. That's just one shy of the Phillies record. Here's Chase Utley now. Utley is 1 for 4. Ground ball right side fielded by LaRoche. He'll wave off Brower. Make the play himself at first for out number 3. And the inning mercifully comes to an end. Another run, though, on the Jason Michaels homer. 1 run, 1 hit, a couple of walks, 2 men left. We've completed 7 with our score now. The Phillies 12 and the Braves 3. Heading now to the 8th inning. All kinds of changes for the Phillies. Have a new outfield. Endy Chavez in left. Shane Victorino stays in the game in center. And Jason Michaels has moved to right. Let's see what else we have here. We have a new catcher, Todd Pratt. We have a new pitcher, Jeff Geary. Fultz worked 2 scoreless innings, gave up a hit, struck out 1. Chipper Jones leading off and taking strike 1. Chipper has flied to left, struck out and walked. Andruw Jones will follow, then Adam LaRoche. With the Phillies all over Atlanta tonight, 12-3. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Chipper. And that is in there for a strike. So all those changes: Chavez in left, Victorino in center, Michaels in right, Pratt behind the plate, Geary on the mound, and Skip Carey at the mic.
Okay, Pete, thank you very much. The pitch to Chipper from the right-hander, pop foul back. He's out of Buffalo, New York. His Geary wears a big number 56 on his white Phillies uniform. 12-3 our score. The stretch. The delivery, ground ball to second. That should be easy and is. Over to first in plenty of time, 1 out. So Chipper is out of there, and Andruw Jones the batter. Andruw tonight is 1 out of 3, has scored a run. The right-hand hitter waits. And the pitch. Breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. Talking with Larry Schenk, who's been the vice president of public relations here for many years. The stretch and the pitch. There's a drive, deep left field. He's got 50 home runs. Does Andruw Jones? Into the second deck. What a blast. Wow. A little frustration in that swing on the night's work, but 50 home runs for Andruw Jones. And this crowd applauds him for the 50 and for the length of that blast. It went 6 or 7 rows into the upper deck in left field. That ball was sucked.
Only the 23rd player in Major League history to have a 50 home run season. There have been some that have had more than one, but he's only the 23rd different player to do it.
The pitch. Breaking ball to LaRoche is a strike. They talk here about cheap home runs in left field, and they're right, but not that one. The 300th homer of his career. The pitch. Pop foul down the left side and out of play. Bell gives it a look, but has no play at all. I don't know if they keep a tail of the tape here. We haven't heard it if they do, but that was 400 plus, no doubt about that. The delivery swung and a fly ball into left center field, but Chavez has room for this one. Shy of the track, he's got it, out number 2.
Some of Andrew's longest home runs have been hit in this city. The other ballpark, the Vet, he had probably the longest one of his career into the upper deck in left center field.
Started to say, I was talking with their PR Vice President Larry Schenk. All this talk about the fans not being with it and this, that, and the other thing. It's very similar to Atlanta. Geary delivers to Jeff Francoeur. inside. He said back in the 80s, they're a half game out of first place. Play a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and drew 25,000 each and every game. That was in the 80s. The pitch. Ground ball, sharply hit. Off the glove of Martinez and into right field. It'll probably be a hit. So Francoeur is aboard with 2 out. So what I'm saying is that once school starts in a lot of places, Atlanta being one of them and Philadelphia apparently another, the crowds drop off radically. Todd Hollandsworth comes out to hit for Jim Brower here. Hollandsworth homered in the first game of this series. The pitch to him, broken bad looper up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, flips to Perez, and the inning is over. So the Braves get the mammoth home run from Andruw, 1 of 2 hits in the inning. They leave 1. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 12-4 Phillies. Bell's had a productive night, 3 hits, has scored a run, has driven 1 home. He's 3 out of 4 is Bell. And he hits the first pitch on the ground, or to his left field, throws to first in time, 1 away. So Bell is retired, and Todd Pratt will come up to hit for the first time tonight. Pratt hitting .265 for the year. He has 7 homers, 21 runs driven in. Phillies will be 10 over when the night's work is over. It's 78-68. The pitch is a strike. Still 3-1. Houston leads Florida after 5.
That score holds up, and this one does. Phillies will be tied for the wild card lead.
Kolb delivers, and a little fly ball fouled on the right side, out of play. 0-2 the count. So Kolb quickly out in front. His year has been a nightmare. Dan again ready, and the pitch. Hit foul to the right, it's still 0-2. Pratt waits, the veteran backstop, the delivery to him. Strike 3 called, outside corner, fastball. Cole blows him away, 2 down. And Ramon Martinez will be the batter. Martinez has flied to left, grounded to second, walked and scored, and hit a grand slam homer. Pretty good night. 2 out, nobody on. Jorge Sosa will try to be the stopper and avoid a sweep tomorrow night. The pitch. Strike right through there, 0-1. Kolb again ready. And delivering. Ground ball up the middle, headed for center, base hit. Martinez, a grounder up the middle. He's aboard with 2 out. And Tomas Perez, the batter, hitting in the 9th spot. Runner at first, 2 away. We're just playing out the string in this one. It's 12-4 Philadelphia. Fast strike outside corner, 0-1.
Phillies have never swept a 4-game series from the Braves in Philadelphia.
Ground ball back to Kolb. He's got it. Flips to first, underhanded, and the inning is over. So nothing doing in the 8th for the Phillies. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 9th, 12-4 Philadelphia.
World Championship. They swept a 4-game series from the Braves in May in Atlanta.
First pitch swinging, fly ball right center. The right fielder is there. He's got it, 1 down. So 1 pitch, 1 out in the 9th inning as Pena flies to right. Ryan Langerhans, the batter. Lopez 0-1, a 1.59 earned run average in 7 appearances with the big club. He's a right-hander. He delivers, and it's a strike over the inside corner. Langerhans 1 for 2 on the day. Doubled and scored back in the 5th. That made it a 7-3 game, but it's slid the other way since. Phillies got 3 in the 1st and have never been headed. Lopez delivers, fastball outside. These guys are swinging the bat exceptionally well. Somebody needs to cool them down. Hopefully that'll be Jorge Sosa tomorrow. The pitch. Breaking ball inside. 3-1 the count. Lopez again ready. He delivers. Line right field, base hit. Langerhans stays at first with a solid 1-out single. So he's 2 out of 3 since entering the game. And Wilson Betterman stands in there for Atlanta. Betterman bats for the first time in the game. Lopez delivers, and it's a strike right through there. It's the first time Lopez has ever faced Atlanta. They got him off waivers from Colorado back in August. The delivery. Right in there again, 0-2. Appeared in 1 game for the Rockies in relief this year. Had a .589 earned run average at Las Vegas earlier, earned run average of 1 at Scranton in 4 games. Pitch swung, bounced foul. Spent 2 seasons with Toronto, has 14 career major league saves. Lopez comes set and delivers. Just missed, high and outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Marcus Giles waits on deck. The pitch. Strike called, breaking ball outside corner. Betterman called out on strikes, 2 down. So Marcus Giles is the last hope for Atlanta. He's got to figure out a way to hit an 8-run homer to tie this game. It's never been done in baseball history. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Runner at first, 2 out. The stretch, the pitch, curve, sweeps outside. 1-1 to Marcus Giles, who has singled, hit a sacrifice fly. He's 1 out of 3. The pitch downstairs, 2-1. Pete Orr is on deck. Again, the stretch. And the pitch and a high pop into short right. That should do it. And the ball game is over. Giles flies to right. Phillies win it 12-4.
Got it going in the very first inning with 3 runs, a grand slam home run by Ramon Martinez in the third inning off Horacio Ramirez turned out to be one of the key blows in the game. They added 3 more runs in the 5th and single runs in the 6th and 7th. The highlight for Atlanta, Andruw Jones connecting for his 50th home run of the year. First time anybody in a Braves uniform has ever had a 50 home run season.